can hardly.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 550. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York, and as always, we're joined by a man who's pioneering the effort to make the RoboCop remake, Wombat.
I am. I have my whole team of producers lined up. You can find my GoFundMe at RoboCopRemake.com.
Right. My guess is that the RoboCop remake would not be your first choice, but
No, I made my own joke on the Twitters earlier today. It was the Dark Knight Rises was my fanboy remake.
yeah, that movie's bad.
That is a bad movie. That deserves better.
If Wombat can do a perfect imitation of your villain, then that's a horrible movie. And it's supposed to be serious.
Let's see if Shipwreck is here. Shipwreck?
I've never seen that movie.
Good
Really?
call. Good call.
I bet you own it.
I may own it. I don't. Maybe.
Those are two separate things.
Yeah, but
I know.
I've never
it doesn't
seen
make it any less funny.
Right.
Yeah, I remember
the Batman
watching.
movies just kind of show up in my house one way or another. Like, I don't think I've bought any of them.
They're good. Most of them are good. I mean, not most, but most of the recent ones were good, except for that one.
I have all the Lego Batman movies.
Those are good too.
We're going to be talking about another Batman movie when we get to watch this, bitches.
Oh, that's right. You watched one.
Yep.
I did too.
Yeah, I remember watching Dark Knight Rises, and when Bane first started talking, I thought I was being trolled. Actually, a lot like watching The Last Jedi. I thought I was being trolled. But
The Last Jedi only bothers you on this show. You're the one that's most bothered.
I'm not bothered by it. I just didn't think it was a good movie.
You are tremendously bothered.
No, it's just a movie. It's a bad movie. I don't get bothered by bad movies unless they're like, if it was about my life or something, I would be bothered by it.
So you do not want Rian Johnson directing the GBD story?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Brick is a pretty good movie.
I haven't seen that.
It's a good movie. You would like it.
No, Duncan Jones is directing my movie.
I know. He's your friend now. What is that about?
Nick Chester. So this Last Jedi remake thing is apparently a thing.
Yes.
I guess everybody probably knows what it is by now. And Nick Chester, who's the PR master for Epic, made a joke saying that he would throw in $100 if he gets some producer credit and also gets to play Han Solo. And then and this is to like a tweet that Seth Rogen made to the official remake people, the official
to that joke of an account, yes,
which is crazy. And so I wrote back, I'm like, I'll throw in $100 too to get Nick what he wants. And then Nick writes, but are we just both writing? Or you just, am I doing it myself? Are we both writing? We both playing Han Solo together? I don't know. What should we do? And I just wrote back Han Duo, which was a throwaway tweet. And somehow,
a nice little. It's a dumb pun, but I liked it. Yeah.
I didn't. It's not like I thought about it. It was the first thing that popped in my head.
It's not bad though. I mean, it makes sense. It's clever.
I think you have a future in the Empire with this quick wit
and fantastic puns. So yeah, and it got almost 900 likes, and Duncan Jones, who's a movie director who directed Moon and some other movies.
World of Warcraft, probably being his biggest movie.
Moon was a fantastic movie.
I didn't say it was his best movie. I just said his biggest movie.
You should see, by the way, if you haven't seen Moon, you should watch Moon. It's a great.
I watch anything that has Sam Rockwell in it.
And
anyway,
he's the only one in it, so it's all Sam Rockwell.
All the time. That's why I masturbate to it. But anyway, you were talking about Duncan Jones.
Anyway, so he wrote back and he said that he was going to direct the movie with me and Nick Chester. He said just the Han Duo scenes, and then said Seth Rogen can direct the rest of the movie. So I'm famous for today for 3 seconds.
Nice. Your site's down, Wombat. RoboCopRemake.com.
Oh man,
You need to fix that.
I didn't pay them, so maybe I needed to do that.
All the more reason for people to donate money.
So let me ask you a question. This is the kind of thing that usually I would talk about not on the show, and then you would yell at me and laugh at me. But I figure it's been 2 weeks.
Oh,
let's do it here.
Yeah. So I get my gutters cleaned by the same gutter cleaning service that I've been using for probably 6 or 7 years now.
Okay.
They come sometimes twice a year, but usually just once a year. They come, they use their power hoses and they clean out the gutters, and they get all the leaves out from whatever. So I had them
Trees.
come. Yeah, trees. So I had them. Trees.
Heaven.
Yeah,
They come
leaves from heaven. And I had them come like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And they leave the bill in the mailbox, and
Okay.
I go to pay it. And I sat down at my computer.
This time they left it in the gutter, so they had to come back and get you twice. That's how they get you.
Exactly. As I was setting up the computer, I'm like, oh, I'll pay that gutter cleaning bill from 3 days ago
Yeah.
while I'm sitting here. As I go to pay it, they left a note on the bill that says, dry clean, no water. I paid for to clean and flush the gutters is the service that I asked for. It's actually called a CNF, a clean and flush.
Okay.
They did not actually flush my gutters.
Well, they wrote.
I don't even know if they actually cleaned anything since they had no water to use. Apparently.
Well, they wrote dry clean, right? Were they right?
Yeah.
Dry clean and what?
Dry clean. That's it. Dry clean, no water.
That's a little redundant, but okay.
But that's not really clean. That's not the service I paid for. It's not the same as power washing out the gutters.
But you didn't pay yet.
I haven't paid yet. Now, I left them a message saying I would like to talk to them. Am I in the wrong for not wanting to pay the full price when they only did half the service, if that?
But why don't you just tell? Is that a big shipwreck? This is not a big deal, right? You just tell the guy, hey, something happened and you didn't water my.
Oh, yeah, if they
my
can,
shaft,
I would
my
be
hole.
more than happy to have them come back and then do it again.
Yeah, you don't have to get
price.
confrontational with them.
So you're saying, but am I wrong for wanting to talk to someone?
No, you should say, hey, I think my gutters are dry, and you promised, wet gutters.
Exactly. The clean and flush gutters.
got it.
It says it right on the bill.
We got it.
Don't get upset. Well, I feel like 'cause I feel like this is why I don't know.
How do you
I'm gonna be
function
dead
when
in
you
2
get this
years?
upset about somebody not quite cleaning your gutters?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not about gutters. Like something like this, you'd be like, all right, whatever. Like I'll talk to the guy, and either they'll come and
Or they'll
wet
reduce
my
my
gutters, or I won't pay it. Like
Right.
something, but it's gonna be okay.
You promise?
Yeah. It's not a big deal.
Okay, if you say so, I'm going to take your word for it.
We went to the doctor today with Ty. He had to get his camp checkup, his camp physical.
I am familiar with the camp physical, yes.
And he asked me ahead of time if he was getting any shots, and I was like, no, you're all good on the shots. But I'm not a doctor. I don't fucking know anything. So turns out like he was due for his
Rubella?
Something
Mm-hmm.
like that. And at the end of the thing, the doctor drops that bomb. And he's like freaking out and he starts crying. And the doctor was like, all right, he's like, I'm not doing it today. I'm not, whatever. And the doctor's like, all right, I'm going to go get the shot. And, she just leaves for a while. And I talked him down, just much in the same way that I tried to talk you down, Wombat.
And then the doctor walks in with like a 9-foot needle.
No, the doctor walked in. Ty was totally calm and fine. And we had a very fine time for the rest of the experience. It was all good.
Sounds exciting.
I relayed how much of a pussy I was and still am when it comes to getting shots and getting my blood taken. And I just regaled him with tales of me passing out because I didn't realize that how powerful the mind is, and you can work yourself up over something so small and faint from getting a shot.
Yes.
Or
There were
getting
no
blood
shots
taken.
at our doctor appointments, though.
Right.
That was
So
nice.
I'm saying like this is the same thing, Wombat. You're getting all worked up out of like your gutters not getting watered when the reality is it's just like getting a shot. It's like no big deal.
Well, I was going to say, I don't have to pay for the shots, but I see your point.
Right. It's all right.
It's all one.
It's all good. Just take
it's
a breath.
All water
I told,
under the gutters.
I told Ty, just lie down, just breathe and relax, and it's all in your mind. Mind's very powerful. Thank you, Howard Stern, for teaching me that, by the way.
Did you watch that yet, by the way?
I did watch when I was in L.A. in my hotel room.
Oh, yeah,
cooling
you
down.
watched the Howard Stern Letterman thing?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was good, and I think a lot of people don't realize how much he does talk about mental health to his listeners, and that's not like and not in a joking way, in a very serious way, and he gives insight to his own problems and how he's helped himself through therapy. And whenever he gets, young celebrities coming in, he always talks to them about their mental health to see, how they're handling all this new fame and fortune. It's very interesting. And I've definitely learned a lot besides just fart jokes. I've definitely learned a lot about my own mental problems, listening to Howard. So anyway, I have a big addition to my house that I think a lot of people would be interested in hearing about because maybe it could help them. Maybe you shipwreck too.
You said it like you got like an extra part of your house put on. But yes, tell everyone about your big addition.
Well, no. So if I probably mentioned it before, but we have a yellow door for our house, and it seems to be attracting an incredible amount of bugs as soon as it gets warm out at night. We don't have any light on. It only comes on when somebody walks by. But regardless, whenever we come home at night, there'll be like 50 bugs on the door. And there's no screen door or anything. So whenever you open the door, you're just opening the bugs into the house. It's crazy. So I've been looking for ways to solve this problem. I tried bug spraying the whole door. It doesn't matter. They don't care. Or they just die, and then there's plenty of bugs to replace those. It doesn't matter. You don't even notice. So I found this thing called the Dynatrap. Do you know what that is? Shipwreck, you're an engineer. You should know.
Something for bugs.
I should know what the Dynatrap is.
Yes. It's a different type of bug trap. Okay. It doesn't electrocute the bugs.
Okay. Because we had one of those growing up.
Yeah, everybody had. You always heard those going off. Mm-hmm. Zap, zap, zap. It was pretty obnoxious.
They're an Ant-Man. There's that scene in Ant-Man where they go into the bug zapper. Yep.
So this thing is a ultraviolet light, a UV light bulb with the one that I got is a big one, and it has a reflector in it, so it makes that one bulb appear to be much brighter, and a fan. And so the bugs come in to check out the light, and the fan blows them down into a trap, and they just stay in there until they die. And that thing works. I mean, I bought the little tiny one, and I put it by my door, and it worked so well that the bugs were just dying all around the trap. They would die in the trap, but they would also die. I don't know why. They would die around the trap too. It also puts off CO2, which the bugs like. I'm not sure how it does that, but somehow it does. So I got to say, this Dynatrap thing, if you have a lot of bugs on your door and you're looking to distract the bugs and put them somewhere else.
So you have to have that plugged in, though?
You have to have it plugged in. And they recommend that you leave it going all day long.
I'm sure,
and all night long.
They do.
Right. But they say if you have mosquitoes, it'll disrupt the breeding or something. But I don't even care about the mosquitoes. I just want to get the bugs off my door. And nothing else worked at all. So kudos.
Is it smart at all?
No. It's basically imagine a
Does
small black.
Keep track of how many bugs it's caught?
Dude, I bought the tiny one. They sell one for $40 or less. Actually, it was closer to $30. It's the size of a small battery powered lantern. And in the morning, just overnight, it'd fill up the whole thing with bugs. It's pretty gross, because you have to empty it. So this big one holds a lot of bugs, so you don't have to empty it as often. But yeah, I have it hidden behind garbage cans, so it's not like my neighbors are seeing this big blue light thing. But the bugs are sure seeing it at night. So I've solved my problem. I'm going to take a bow now. I didn't have to buy a screen door.
You're no longer bugging.
Yeah. I mean, we've only had it for a couple days, so it hasn't been that long of a test. But I'm pretty confident. Okay. Thank you. What? No show feedback? Oh, because we had E3.
We had E3 and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about E3. We're going to do an E3 wrap up later, so people don't have to worry.
Sounds
about
good. Let's get to the watch this, bitches.
Right, and we also going to stick the end of all the audio booze on the end of this one. Right? Isn't that how we do things?
That's how we do it.
Go for it. I'm not going to stop you.
Okay, good. I'd like to see you try.
I'm going to stop you with my mental prowess. Maybe.